so stunned by what Ms. Jeffrey said that I am no longer with words to introduce you. All I can say is mercy, mercy, mercy. But there's a fella here that does want to introduce you, one of your former students. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome John Ferner, the CEO of Sam's.
I thought about what I'd say about you, but I want to be respectful. And I thought I'd just say some of the things I did learn from Tom. Some of the wonderful things I learned from Tom was how to work hard, how to be thorough, how to work with others. And when it came to working hard, I learned as a senior in high school what it was like to get up at 5:30 every morning and go have one-to-one sessions with Tom, where he could review all the things that I needed to do better with the rest of the group. And it was great. I got a lot of alone time. I didn't like getting up that early, but certainly got a lot of it. I learned to use the word dynamic in ways that no one had ever taught me before. I learned to re-explain the word spaghetti as long as it was in context of the Venetian menu of steak and spaghetti. Tom had just started the baseball team in 1991, and he was going to school in 1992 when I graduated, and he got his master's degree the same year that I got my high school degree. But Tom, it's been a pleasure. I've always thought of you as a teacher, a mentor, a friend, and I just want you to know you made a difference in my life. So thanks very much. Make that a big
He's kind of timeless. It's weird. People ask me all the time how old he is. I've got no clue, but to me, he seems the same age as he did when I was 9 years old.
He sits up front every morning and helps the secretaries, much to their enjoyment. Laughter is always cutting up.
He always seems to just be that coach that brings out the very best in people.
He really is one of the people that makes me proud to be from Rogers.
My office is next to the boardroom where the junior bank board meeting takes place. And I guess you would say that Dr. Woodruff has rather a unique voice tone. And from my office, I always know when the meeting is starting.
Well, he's always been kind of like this. For me, it's more of a fatherly figure, but for the majority of the people, it's kind of this wacky guy. He's always the guy that everyone remembers wearing the flapping Christmas hat, or he's always the guy on the intercom for Rattle and Buckets yelling for a minute straight and getting teachers to try and disable the all call.
I think one thing that really stands out to me is whether somebody graduated in 1985 or graduated in 2015, countless kids he's impacted their lives and will tell you that their favorite teacher ever is Tom Woodruff.
Whenever I'm on break from school or anything like that, we'll always get lunch. It's one of those great things to be able to actually stay in touch with one of your teachers, and I think there's a reason because of that.
His enthusiasm for not only teaching, but for helping to instill the attributes in students, not only the academic skills or the technical skills, but the skills such as the leadership and the service to others and working collaboratively with other people to achieve a goal.
And he stresses three key things. He stresses responsibility, accountability, and respect. And off of those three things, he really gives them the freedom and the opportunity to develop their own year's curriculum.
Now, the first time I heard Rattle Them Buckets, I was an assistant principal and I was sitting in my office and I hear this. You just can't describe the noise that came over. I'm like, what is going on? We're having an earthquake or something. No, it's Dr. Woodruff. He has a can up there shaking in the phone and rattle them buckets in the change, and everybody's laughing and the kids are out gathering up money. All for a good cause, to help some needy child to go to make a wish or to get their wish made. The scope of his influence is tremendous, not just with students, but community, and really helps make each day a great day to be a Mountie.
He's constantly trying to become better. And if there's anybody that's built up, equity and goodwill, and it's him.
Throughout the DECA organization, just average students in the hallway, teachers, administrators, everyone knows Dr. Woodruff, everyone loves Dr. Woodruff, and without him, Rogers High School wouldn't be the same.
If anyone in our community, if anyone in our school embodies what Rogers High School is, what we do for kids, it's Tom Woodruff.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Our 2019
Wall of Distinction honoree,
Dr. Tom Woodruff.
Looking at Dr. Valines, my principal, my evaluation was recently, and he came in and he said, came into my classroom, he said, "Tom, you're a hoarder." And I said, "No, sir. I would rather think of myself as being a collector." But I said, "You're essentially right." And it reminds me of what it really means to be essentially right. Someone came across a fellow the other day and he said, "Hey, I heard you made $1 million in gold in California." And he said, "Well, it wasn't California, it was Oklahoma. And it wasn't gold, it was oil. And it wasn't $1 million, it was 100,000. And it wasn't me, it was my brother, and he didn't make it, he lost it." But I guess you were essentially right. I want to thank the Rogers Public Education Foundation. This is an honor for me like no other. I want to congratulate Denny and Faye. It's hard to follow Faye, my goodness. And Barney and the Greer Lingle family. Mr. Lingle was the superintendent when I was hired back in the 1970s. I've always felt like anything that comes good to someone is a result of other people helping you accomplish that. I want to thank my family, who's been supportive of me in my vocation for over 40 years. I've had former district administrators, both present and former principals, colleagues, coaches, who have helped me become a better person and a better teacher. But I think a group that has helped me the most has been students. It's hard to be a teacher without becoming a little bit better person. Example, I remember a young lady by the name of Meredith. She, out of 20,000 DECA students at an international convention, was first place winner from Rogers High School in a marketing event. But she worked hard, and it reminded me there's no substitution for hard work. And then there was this fellow that always came late to my class, first hour. And I thought, "Gosh, you need to get here on time." And he always looked tired. And this was just first hour. And then I found out that he slept in a tent behind the high school during the winter. I thought, my goodness. It helps you not to judge so quickly other people. And I got to the point where I would say to him, instead of, "Why are you late?" I said, "Welcome to marketing, better late than not at all." You never know what a student goes through just to get to class. Because they all don't start on the same line in the race. And then there was this fellow by the name of John, who was president of his student council, in band, real popular fellow. He acquired cancer during his senior year in high school. And he was always real positive. They had to wheel him across the stage to graduate. And he passed away a few days later. You're never too young to teach or too old to learn? That's about my bedtime. So I'm going to close with this. I heard a speaker at graduation. He was addressing the senior class, and his message was very simple and short, but I thought it was very profound. He simply said, whatever vocation you choose, whatever you do, be happy. And I say amen to that. Thank you. It's getting late.
It is worthy of note that Dr. Woodruff becomes the second member of the Woodruff family to be inducted into this organization. So I'm sure that John and Peggy are looking down the heaven.